Once upon a time, once upon a time, I was in school and I was there. I mean, I don't even remember how much of my senior year. I mean, I do kind of, but I remember it was kind of hell most of the time. I'm trying to tell y'all a story, but I can't really think of nothing. The only stories I can think of are the ones I already told you and shit. Like, and the rest are kind of lame. Like, they're not really worth telling. I mean, they're kind of short. They're not like really worth telling like that. They're more like just, if I'm just chilling talking to somebody, I'll tell it. Like, I can't really think of nothing. I mean, y'all get mad whenever I go on nostalgia trips and shit. Like, oh, sophomore year, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, I'm trying to remember something that I can tell you. I don't know, I guess, one time in school, I was fucking, I mean, I remember I had this teacher named Mr. Monroe, and that nigga, he had no remorse, nigga. That nigga had no fucking mercy. That nigga, he did not give a fuck about boundaries and shit, man. That nigga would come up behind you and scare your bitch ass. Like, that motherfucker was retarded. Like, one time he was just like, he the type of nigga set off fireworks in the middle of the fucking class, fool. Like, everybody's like watching a fucking lecture, like a fucking video or something. He would just, that nigga had fucking, he had Nerf guns behind his desk. He had fucking explosives. He had fucking pyrotechnics in the back of his desk. He had fireworks, and then just to wake your bitch ass up, that nigga would throw fire. He didn't give a fuck, man. He wouldn't warn nobody. He wouldn't tell nobody. He would pull that shit out and he'd be like, tss, 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 when you hear that shit in front of the whole fucking class, like the whole fucking, that shit would fucking traumatize you, man. That shit would scare the fuck out of you. And I would tell him, I'm like, nah, man, that's just gonna scare me. Like, no, like, don't do that. This is gonna scare me. He's like, all right, next time I'll warn you. I'll warn you. I'll let you know. And I'll be like, all right, okay. And like he, yeah, like he was pretty cool. Like, he was one of the only teachers I could actually talk to like that. Like, I remember, I think I added him or he added me on Facebook and Instagram, and then like I could talk to him. I was talking to him right now, and I used to talk to him at the end of class, like whatever, whatever. Like I don't know. I don't know if he was realer than Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson was my pre-calculus teacher. I wouldn't do shit in his class either. And like, I'm not. I knew Mr. Wilson better, but to be honest, I didn't like the way Mr. Wilson was. Like, I'm not trying to be a bitch, but he had an attitude, and he was a typical hypocritical Christian. Like, that nigga would cuss in the middle class. He would judge people a lot than normal teachers would. But that's what you should expect from Christians, fool. Christians ain't Christians. If somebody goes around saying they're a Christian, they ain't a Christian. Because first of all, one of the main things is you ain't supposed to be flaunting that shit around. You ain't supposed to be flaunting around that you're Christian. If you is, you just is. Like, if you believe in God and you follow God and you're Catholic or whatever, you're religious, you just is. You don't have to walk around telling everybody, hey, do this, or carrying your Bible around showing that shit off, because that's the complete opposite of what God intended and what Jesus intended. He wants us to keep it to ourselves and just do it in secret. He doesn't want us to do it in the public and everything. The ones who do it in silence are the realest ones. But whatever, that's something else, you know what I'm saying? And that's the reason I didn't really like him a whole lot. He was cool because he would help. I just didn't like his attitude. Like, I didn't like his character a whole lot. He would judge a lot. He was real impatient. He would cuss in the middle class. Like, he would cuss nurses hard out here, and he'd be looking through his papers and he'd be like, God damn it. Like, yeah, everybody does it, but don't be saying you're a Christian if you gonna be doing that shit. Like, and okay, so Mr. Monroe, like, he was way more chill. He was way more laid back than Mr. Wilson was. in my opinion. He was kind of weird, but he was more laid back. He was way more understanding. He was way more understanding, way more laid back and chill. Because Mr. Wilson was the type of nigga to argue with you a whole lot. He would basically put you down and make himself feel better. Like he was rude. He was rude, but he tried to cover it up, trying to act like he was nice about it. He would try to be nice about it. No, like that nigga, he would straight up talk down to you, like, nah, man. He didn't say it directly, but he would basically say, man, you're a fool for thinking that, man. The real way to do this is like this. You gotta do it my way. Blah, 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 blah. What are you doing? Things like that. He straight up calls people idiots. Like, he straight up called me an idiot in during tutorials, and I was sitting there minding my own business. Finally going to his class, trying to get my grades up in his class. When I truly didn't give a fuck, honestly, I was on the verge of dropping out of high school, and I went over to get my grades up with a good attitude, and he goes over there. Some other teacher comes in in order for him to make himself look good, I guess, like a fucking child, he goes and says, man, see, I hang out with this young man too whenever he's not going around being an idiot. And I understand he was just playing, but still, no, don't play with that shit. Like, it's one of the main things. Cause when I was in Bible study, Jill, one of the teachers we had, that was one of the things she was talking about. She was like, oh, Lord, forgive me, Jesus, because we're not supposed to talk to people like that. We're not supposed to call people, insult people like that. That's the exact thing he did, being one of the main Christian pastors at the church that I used to go to, and I was just like, this is just some hypocritical shit, but that's reality. And then like, anyways, yeah, Mr. Monroe, he was more chill, and he would listen to me. I could talk to him like nothing. He helped me through a lot of shit. And the thing that I'm disappointed about in myself, the thing I'm disappointed in myself about is I let him down because, you know, he knew I was on the verge of dropping out. Like, he knew damn well what was going down, and he was just like, no, man, hang in there, bro. Just take it, like, you know, take it easy, take it or whatever, take it slow, be strong, take it, you know, hang in there, keep your head up, stay strong and everything. And I was just like, yeah, and I dropped out like the day or 2 days after that, and I let him down because I was at home thinking, man, he's probably thinking, where's that nigga Raul at? And he knew damn well, like, after I was gone, because it was like 3 weeks after school, and then, you know, I figured, you know, he would figure out after me not being there for a little while. He probably thought, you know, he probably would think, damn, this motherfucker, you know, he probably dropped. I went back to school, fool. I was being retarded as fuck because my dumbass went back to school like the last few days, it was like the week or the second to last week, for like the last like 3-4 days. I was just like, looking back, that was stupid as shit. Cause my dumbass trying to make a statement, thinking, oh, I mean, I still want to. I'm not gonna get a diploma, but I still want to get the education. I'm like, that was fucking retarded of my fucking self to think that shit. But whatever, you know, that's what happened. That was the past, and I mean, I got my diploma. I got it later when I went to Monroe, and like, senior year was some fucked up shit. A lot of fucked up shit that I can't even fucking imagine. Like, that was like the most stressful year I probably went through in my life. Honestly, that shit was fucking hell. That shit was fucking hell. Like, you know, I became a bum after that shit, man. You know, that's just who I am. I mean, I always been like that. That was always my character. You know, not really giving a fuck, being lazy as fuck, not really giving a fuck about school. And you know, a lot of people they decided to think, oh, you just want to be cool. Like, you try too hard to be cool, not giving a fuck about work and having an attitude all the time. Da 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 da. Like, being lazy, whatever. Like, I mean, if y'all want to think that, y'all can. You know, I'm not gonna strive and waste my time to prove y'all wrong, but yeah, I mean, you know, I remember the main reason I gave up on life really it was a lot of stress, and it was my sophomore year. It was like October, November, my sophomore year. I was doing a lot of shit. I was getting bullied a shitload. You know, I was in athletics. I was getting bullied by every last motherfucker in the locker room. I was getting bullied by my parents. So much fucking pressure, getting on me for every last thing I did. You know,